We've been talking about G machines on the show today. Well, let's take a look at one of the finest G machines in the world, the Ultima GTR.
It's really an appropriate name because it's the ultimate G machine. It's got the best braking, the best handling, the best acceleration. There isn't a car on the planet that can run with it.
Why don't we take a look at it?
Now check out the lines of this car. If you're saying, boy, that looks like a GTP car, you're just about right. It really is. How about Stacy, our PHR video valet for the week? She's at Willow Springs with us when we went and tested this car. Beautiful place to test. Pretty challenging track, too.
This very European-looking car actually utilizes American horsepower. That's an LS1 right out of the C5 Corvette. So you get the best of both worlds. You got the European handling, and you got the American horsepower. 345 horse.
Yeah, this is really a Cobra for a new generation because the entire chassis is built in England, but like you say, American power plant. And look at that Spartan interior, a lot like a Cobra too. They make the seats. Ultima makes everything themselves in this car, with the exception of the engine and the gearbox.
That's right. I mean, it's a unique view when you're sitting in there. It's almost like an arcade game.
Absolutely. As she pulls up our fiberglass nose, you see Intrax coilovers, fully adjustable, unequal length A-arms. This thing's got a contact patch at all times.
I think we had more fun just dialing the suspension and trying to maximize our lap times. That's half the fun right there.
Oh, absolutely. And for our test driver for the day, we called upon John Hotchkiss, who's the guy who made a lot of the parts we looked at earlier. He's driven at Le Mans. He's the man when it comes to testing stuff like this. And before this day, he had never had any seat time in this car, but I know he sure wanted some afterward.
Well, when you're making over a full G on the skid pad, you want an accomplished driver such as John. I mean, you get out there, I mean, that's a tough deal.
Yeah, absolutely. That's some of the numbers on this car, what make it so impressive. The thing only weighs 2,300 pounds, and with 345 horsepower, though it could take up to 1,000 horsepower, the car has basically got the best power-to-weight ratio of anything you're ever going to be able to find.
How about 0 to 60 in 3.3 seconds?
Now, in this configuration, it's only got a top speed of 153 miles an hour, but that's a bit of a misnomer. It's got a Porsche G50 gearbox mounted on the back and a transaxle layout, but you can change the gears inside that G50 gearbox, and the thing will run 220 miles an hour. It's been tested for that in the wind tunnel.
It's great. I mean, for all you speed freaks out there, that might be the way to go. I mean, can you imagine 220 miles an hour on the streets? My gosh.
Give me the opportunity. When you look at the car, basically you think mid-engine layout, that's the right way to do it. It's got a bit of a different balance than you think. It's got about 35% on the nose and the rest on the tail. But if you look, that blunt nose gives it downforce, the rear wing's operable, and that gives the car perfect balance with a little bit of push. It plows a little bit at high speed for safety's sake.
One of the first things I noticed about a Cam was just the superior fiberglass molding on it. I've never seen anything like it. Usually you can pick out a flaw, a wave, a ripple. Not this thing. It's like it's carved out of granite.
The first thing I noticed, those big Pirellis on the back, look at the size of that rear wheel. 18-inch wheel like you normally find, but almost 14 inches wide. It's got the tire off an F40. If you look, it's got perfect grip. The thing doesn't make any noise, really.
I was going to say, I was waiting to hear this thing like bouncing around corners. That thing is stuck like Velcro out there.
The cool thing about the LS1 is that it's dead reliable. It's an American power plant that you can buy right from the dealership. And you can buy this thing, yeah, 98,000 bucks. It's a bit expensive for a roller. But where are you going to get McLaren F1 styles for a tenth of the price?
That's the thing. The parts are right here in this country. You know, it's not some ornate combination.
Well, there's a savings account, probably in Stacy's name, that's got the Ultima GTR written all over it.
Cam, I want one.
Yeah, you better sell a funny car to get one.
We'll be right back. Let's get out the PlayStation.